Mic check. Hey. What's going on, y'all? What's going on? How y'all feeling? I just came back from some kayaking. Did some kayaking, took a nice dip in the lake. And unfortunately, I wasn't able to be in my studio for the last day and a half because they were replacing the roof or fixing the roof or something like that. So I got a lot of work to do. So I'm gonna just be kind of hanging out on stream and doing some work. So it's more so of a study work stream. If you're here, you can hang out, focus on something that you got going on, and then we can chat, do all of that. Shout out to Travis. I see you in the building. Yeah, it's just a late Saturday for me. It's 7 p.m. where I'm at right now. And yeah, I just wanna focus. I just wanna, get some good ideas in for upcoming videos. Kind of work on I guess we could call it a marketing plan. Trying to release content on every platform again. Getting back into the reels and the TikToks, and things are a little bit different now. So we're exploring, and we're just really trying to fall in love and with the process again and explore, our creative spirit in new ways. We posted a guided meditation yesterday. I know that was highly requested for like 2 years. So I hope people actually go and check it out. And that's something you can listen to over and over. And in that video, I also talked about the community I launched. Definitely check that out. It's pinned in the chat. This is where we're going to be having private live streams, exclusive content. We're going to have guided experiences like the guided meditations, but guided experiences for all areas of our life to elevate, to go through sorrow, to go through heartbreaks. It's going to be like a whole experience, to trust me, with sound. And it's a place for accountability. It's a place for community. And I'm going to be almost like every day doing study streams in there as well. So definitely check that out. For as low as 2 cups of tea per month, you can join that community. And if you want to support this channel and the direction we're trying to go in, we're trying to create a better user experience. We want less ads, less sponsors, so we can just have a beautiful flow back and forth. Today I'm going to be working on some scripts, just making some tea. Gonna be listening to some hand pan music, and yeah, chilling. Shout out to M in the building. Thank you. You checked out the guided meditation. I'm so happy. So far, the reception has been very positive. Do you ever struggle to get work done on stream? No, I actually find it a lot easier. I find it a lot easier when I'm working on stream because it's like the accountability. So if I do feel like I'm about to get distracted and start to be on my phone, it's like, well, why would I do that? We're all here focusing. Y'all are watching me. So I actually quite like to work on stream, and I'm gonna be here for a couple hours. So yeah, we're just gonna dive into some things. So by all means, whatever you're doing tonight, afternoon, morning, whatever time it is, if you just need a friend up on the screen, with some calming music, I'm gonna be here for a while. Just getting these ideas in. I really want to transform everything. Really just want to take things in the direction we've always wanted to go, and very excited about the direction. That's something I've been realizing. Let's make sure we are excited about the direction we are going in. Get excited. And for me right now, I'm like, let's stop playing it so safe. Let's show God, let's show the world, what we can do, how much we want it. Let's go shake the universe. That's the energy I'm feeling right now. Let's go shake the universe. with that energy, with that energy. When I was on my kayak in the lake today, beautiful experience, and I was like, man, what if we only do have one life to live? Like, what if there's like no reincarnation or nothing like that? And I was like, you know what? We gonna pulse our energy. We gonna do all the ideas, everything that's on our heart. Let's just try to get them all out there. Because why not? Especially while we still have our health. You never know what happens. So, that's the mood we are. We're on like a gratitude vibe. A lot of gratitude I'm feeling right now. We're gonna focus on that, gratitude every morning. And I've been really missing our tea sessions. So I'm like, oh my God, like today I'm actually gonna be working on some content, and I'm gonna be figuring out our next tea sessions and how to upgrade that and elevate that. So I'm actually just really excited to create in a new way. And I'm really excited. And thank you to everyone that's joined the private community so far. I'm really excited for that space. That space is, again, it's just a place to be able to support, and we can create flawless content, more community, and just bring the channel into like a place where I think it could truly be and thrive. So that's always a blessing. Yeah, late night stream. Where I'm at right now, it's about 7:30. Yeah, it's about 7:30 right now. I'll be here for a few hours. I'll tap in here and there. No structure to this stream. A lot of times when we do the study streams, I'll throw a timer up and like we'll have like a structure to it. Because it's Saturday, we're just allowing things to flow. Allowing things to be. I hope everyone's had a really good week so far. I want to remind you to prepare for this week. Proper preparation prevents poor performance. I was making a video the other day and it wasn't going as well. And I didn't really prepare for it. That's why. And I felt like I didn't have to, because I was kind of riding my own high. I had a few streams I was really proud of, and I just felt like I was in a flow and everything was just clicking, when the ideas are just flowing through you effortlessly. So I kind of stepped into another video off my own high, not realizing I didn't really prepare at all, and it didn't go as well as I wanted. And I was like, well, you didn't prepare, you understand? Let's make sure we prepare so we are ready. And then, God, Jah, the source, the universe can work its magic with us. It's like it's a partnership, right? It takes effort on our side as well. There's certain things we can't control, right? And I think we shouldn't focus on the things we can't control. In life, we should simply just focus what is in our hands. And I always say every single day we have our destiny and our distractions in our hands. And what are we doing? We're going to choose our destiny. We're going to stay focused. I'm really inspired to create content that helps us focus. Like, it's hard to be like a content creator and say, I don't want to be a part of the attention seeking machine. Because regardless, if I'm posting content, I'm cultivating attention. But I'm cultivating attention, and I want to create content that just adds value and helps people focus and slow down and still the mind, so they can place all that beautiful energy into things that truly matter. That is what I'm really focused on, and I think it's a hard direction because it's like so opposite of what we see online and like the culture. So your support and your presence is like beyond appreciated. I hope this channel to be produced by the people, powered by Jah, in hindsight, and just take it to new lengths. And yeah, I think I'm gonna run right now. I'm gonna run this 1 hour hand pan mix. Beautiful sounds. I see Tabitha in the building. The Al Marie. What did you do when you feel lost in life? You know your purpose, but you struggle to gain momentum. I try to release attachment to whatever I desire. So if I'm feeling lost or if I'm feeling low, a lot of times I'm focusing on where I'm not or like the things that I want. And I try to release attachment to those things because no matter how hard you're thinking about it, it's not going to come into your hands right in that moment. And I just try to come back to where I am, recognize that I am in purpose no matter what, like my presence has purpose. Let's focus on planning, preparing, and being patient and having gratitude for this exact moment and just get into motion, right? Apply my energy into the things that matter today. Get rid of the worries of yesterday. Stop worrying about the uncertainty of tomorrow and say, what can I do today? What is in my hands and how can I have fun with it? How can I have gratitude for it? There's people in the world right now who are in a war. They're in a war. They're not worried about, the things we're worried about. They're worried about their life. So it's really important that we always come back and have that gratitude and that perspective, right? Like, regardless if we feel lost, we blessed. We have life, we have breath. There's opportunity there. We may not see it, but we may just be planning and preparing ourselves, our soil, our foundation to be able to receive it. I think failure is a necessary nutrient to our foundation. And me personally, I have failed so much, even in the last 3 years. It may not look like it to y'all because I'm doing really well in life still, but like I'm very hard on myself. And there's things I simply didn't measure up to, or things I didn't do it in the way I wish I would have. And to me, it was a failure, but it was like, oh, I feel that failure now. Like I feel this failure. And the fact that I feel this failure now I can make a shift. Now I can make a change, right? So we're just taking all these lessons when we're feeling lost and we're applying it into the right direction. It's not about speed, it's about alignment, right? It's not about speed, it is about alignment, right? Moving in the direction that matters. Even when I was coming into the studio today, I said, release attachment to whatever you are desiring right now. Meaning, it doesn't mean we're not going to have goals, right? It doesn't mean we're not going to be using our vision, our mind, body, and spirit, but release the attachment in the sense where you keep feeling a void every time you feel that thing, you think about that thing you want, or think about that place where you're not yet. Release that attachment. Because once you release that, you've just taken back a lot of energy. And now you can apply it into your steps right now. That's going to bring you this thing, right? That desire is a lot of energy, right? It's energy. Emotion is energy. Focus is energy. A lot of times we think energy is just like how we feel physically, right? If we have the energy to go for a run, like how amped up we are. But like every single day, we are spending energy, we are transferring energy. And that desire is energy, to create energy. So that's actually my theme this week. And maybe I'll take that and put it into writing right now, and we'll put that into a video. Again, I'm very excited for some videos. We're gonna have our tea times again. I'm actually feeling in the mood to get back close to the camera, and personal with the camera. And then I was like, kind of feeling bad about it for a moment. I'm like, I know a lot of people miss that aspect of me. Like I produced one of the hardest things to do as a content creator is produce a effective formula, and I did that. And then I left that formula because I just didn't feel like I could fulfill it at the time. But the beautiful thing is I left that formula and I came and I was able to develop another formula. Like I didn't know how to live stream a year ago the way I have it now. Like I got like multi-camera setup, beautiful lights, sound. I can intertwine music production. I can mix at the same time. Like the live streams are just going to be so immaculate. And this is really going to help me with the vision I have in the future. But if I stayed with my original formula, I wouldn't have developed this formula. And now that this formula is developed, I can go back to my original formula, right? And combine the two and have more creativity and have more fun. So it's just, I don't know, as you can tell, I'm actually quite excited about it. And just, excited for the content. Content creator life is quite difficult. There's like so many ebbs and flow. The ebb and flow. The tide goes in, the tide goes out. Like sometimes you're just like riding a high, right? Like sometimes you're getting crazy views and the engagement's wild. The money's rushing in, and then sometimes it's low, right? and just trying to have like a balanced energy and walking with grace through the highs and lows, that is a maturing of the spirit, and it's a beautiful experience. It's a tough one, but I always say, like, I think artistry, any type of creativity, anything like that, that could be a spiritual experience. Like, that's my sanctuary. That's where I learn about myself. That's how I have a deeper connection with God. It's not necessarily through like religion or through what other people tell me what, a source is. It's actually just, in that presence. It's going within. It's in that process. So it's a beautiful thing. Beautiful thing. I feel like I just let off a bunch of random thoughts right there. a little stream, a little stream of consciousness, a little stream of consciousness for y'all. Thank you for being such a beautiful community, allowing me to just release thoughts. Y'all are like a soundboard and a reflection. I'm also getting my teeth done on Tuesday, so that's going to be real good because I've been going through a crazy process for the last 18 months. So many uncomfortable stages in fixing my teeth. And fixing my teeth has actually saved my life. I was having a lot of breathing problems because of my teeth. And I'm actually going to explain it in a video. I wasn't going to explain it, but then I was like, I'm going to explain it. So on Tuesday, I go in for like some surgery. And that is not the complete final of the process, but it's close enough. Someone said, I loved your video on how to remain calm. That video made me subscribe. Never regret. Oh, thank you. Yeah, I think that's one of my top performing videos. Yeah, I think it's one of my top performing videos. Okay, I'm gonna get to a little bit of work. Again, we're hopping on tonight for a little study stream, focus stream. Anything that you might want me to talk about in an upcoming video, put it in the chat, because right now what I'm going to be doing is getting into a good writing process at the moment. So anything you might want me to talk about, just put it into the chat, and I'm gonna begin. I'm gonna get some work done, but I'll tap back in a little bit here. Turn up the music, turn up the sounds, and I hope this can just be a little bit of a soundscape, and having a friend up on the screen as you do whatever you do. Shout out to Journey of Self-Discovery. Thank you so much for subscribing to the Ko-fi. Shout out to everyone that's subscribed to the private community so far. I'm really trying to grow that, so your support is greatly appreciated. thank you, Kayla, so much for subscribing to the community over on Kofi. Much gratitude. So excited for you to join the tribe over there. We're going to have a lot of cool things over there: guided experiences, private live streams, exclusive content, community accountability, private Discord chat. Thank you so much for subscribing.
Post about this with a Mr. Beast AI stamp that's going around.
Watching this video, you're one of the 10,000 lucky people who will get an iPhone 15 Pro for just $2. I'm Mr. Beast, and I'm doing the...
so far. I am working on some videos, some ideas. Too many ideas. It's like, how do we get them all out? That's my problem right now. Uh, for everyone asking if this is live, this is live. I just wanted to show you that this is live. Late night stream. We're just focusing, we're just applying our energy. I'm actually working on a video right now on how to focus on what matters, how to focus in the direction that matters, instead of going steadfast in the wrong direction and constantly doing U-turns and whatnot. A little bit of structure for the week. My goal is to really have the week kind of softly scheduled out and a guideline. It really helps that when you wake up, you know what you have to do for the day. And what I find, like, rarely does any day go perfect, right? Like, things happen, schedule changes a bit, something comes up, but that structure is essential, right? Just knowing where the energy has to go. We don't have to think as much about it, because even thinking, what should I do right now, is energy, right? So if you already have some structure laid out, you can just fall into the process. Late night work is the best for J Prodigy. Yeah, I like late night work. It's like a different calm, It's like a different calm. I've actually been enjoying being in the studio at nighttime lately. I don't like to stay up too late. Like, I'm not somebody that likes to stay up till like 3 a.m. anymore, just because I like to wake up early. But tonight I'll be up for a little bit. I'm trying to right now find the perfect balance between scripts and flow, because my favorite way to make a video is no script, just like, really embodying everything and just having it at the tip of my tongue. But that takes, sometimes, some days you're just not feeling it. So some days, having a script is really beneficial. But I don't like reading off of scripts. I also don't like reading off of teleprompters. It's not my vibe. So I'm just trying to find that perfect balance of, like, trying to retain, because sometimes when you're writing, you can get so down to detail, and then it's like, oh, how do I remember everything I wrote? I don't think it's about remembering. I think it's about feeling, embodying it. Yeah, I think that's what it is. Right now it's about 8:30 where I am. I just wanted to tap in right quick, make sure everyone's doing all right. I'm gonna get right back into this idea right here. Yeah, you can find this music just on YouTube. There's a lot of different people playing the instruments. Very beautiful. Um, it's very soothing for the spirit. A good vibe to work to. It really helps set the motion. I'm still writing here. I was getting a little bit frustrated because I was like, oh, I wanted to have more done by now. But I'm actually really deep in some good writing right now, which is going to turn into a good video. And I had to remind myself, it's not about speed, it's about alignment. It's about the direction that matters. And that like speed energy, that rushing energy is an anxious energy. I always have to remind myself just to, come back, come back. Place your energy in the direction that matters and, congratulate myself for, just being here, showing up, and getting the work in. Because that's like while I was in the process, I was already critiquing myself. So I had to catch myself, right? You got to catch yourself when you start to do things like that, when you're unnecessarily just critiquing yourself, just placing judgment upon yourself. Got to rewire the mind, congratulate ourselves, affirm to ourselves we're on the right path. It's an everyday practice. It's an everyday thing. Because that doubt or that critique, that weapon just tries to come back into our vocabulary. I was like, okay, I will have like 3 video scripts done, but I'm still working on the first one. I'm like, that doesn't matter, that doesn't matter. This video is going to be fun to make and it's going to benefit at least one person. Maybe it even gets 1 million views, maybe, but it's not even about that, right? I'm really trying to focus on that in this season, about alignment and the direction that matters, not speed. Being less reactive and just observing, especially for the creators out there, you could feel like you're shooting and you're just missing and things aren't sticking. But at some point it's gonna stick. At some point you're gonna get that viral video, but you never want to chase virality, right? You want to just be focusing on placing your best effort within the time that you give yourself every single time. This music right now, no, this is just a handpan. This is just a long mix of hand pan music. Um, I make stuff like this in software, with I have hand pan plugins, but this is just a mix I'm listening to right now. But I love using these sounds in my music production. Hey, shout out to Brandon Staple. Bless up, bless up. Hey, Meditating Monkey. Give thanks. I appreciate you joining the community. We're going to be posting a bunch of different types of things there. Yesterday, I posted a guided meditation. So the Ko-fi community is going to be like guided experiences, like long form. And it's beautiful because there's no interruptions, right? No ads, no sponsors and stuff like that. We're going to have some exclusive podcasts. When I do long form podcasts with guests, the full versions will be there. I'm also going to do a Q&A every single month, a Q&A video. So everyone that's a member, you can ask your questions within the month. At the end of the month, I'll do a Q&A. If you're a creator and you've joined the creator tier, I'm going to be sharing my production, how I color correct, how I light my videos, how I storytell, how I got good talking on camera, how I connect others, how I form community. I'm going to be giving all my content creation insights that I've learned over the last 12, 13, 14 years. And again, that community is just also a place where we can dive into whatever. So your input is also received and we are going to evolve. So that's our new private community. Basically, I was starting to realize that like there were certain kinds of videos that I wasn't making because I felt like if I posted on YouTube, there was just too much distraction and interruptions. And I'm like, okay, well, let me have a member-based community where I can post these things. And when someone's watching this content, YouTube ads aren't going to pop up, a sponsor's not going to pop up, or there's not all these thumbnails for them to get distracted. Like we can really just have a good experience. And we're going to be having private live streams. Like these study streams, I'll do it publicly on YouTube, once or twice a week. But I'm going to be doing these study streams very consistently in the member-based community almost daily, at least tapping in for like 2 hours at different times. So that will also be over there. It's really just a way for more community, and we'll create like a private channel in there as well. So there's just going to be more direct engagement and communication. And I'm really looking forward to that. I've always wanted to go down that direction, but I didn't want to go that direction until I knew I could fulfill it. And now that I have a team behind me helping with certain things, this is a direction we can go into. And it's going to really help with me also. It really helps just by supporting the channel. And I can also create a better user experience here on YouTube. And I want to leave that typical YouTube economy and kind of have my own economy, my own digital sovereignty. So I'd rather be produced by the people, powered by Jah, So, our own products, the member-based community, and just really focus on the community, right? And I think my thing is user-based experiences, and it's hard to give the exact experience I want on YouTube when there's going to be ads and stuff like that. But I do have a podcast. Check it out. Podcast is actually charting all over the world right now. Again, it's a Monday to Friday podcast daily. Sometimes I take breaks, but right now we're back in it and we're going strong. We're going to go strong until we're number one. And then when we're number one, we're going to keep going strong. But it's a short form podcast. This podcast is there to support you in your expansion. Again, this podcast has no ads, no sponsors. I've turned down every single sponsor that has approached me about my podcast. It's a short form experience for you, and you can take it with you anywhere you go. When you're in the gym, you can be going for a walk. You could be listening at home. It's kind of a meditative vibe, and it's not really reflective of society. It's just kind of like whatever's on my mind for the day, whatever I feel like I should be saying. And there's over 350 uploads there. And we have about 10 million downloads over there. So that's really cool. So shout out to all the podcast listeners. And we actually will be bringing on people soon for guest appearances on the podcast. But the video versions of those will be on our private community, stuff like that. So yeah, again, anyone that's interested in that, that is ko-fi.com/Heinz. And you'll be hearing about it lots because I'll be plugging it into every single video, because building this community is really important to me. I think this is a place beyond just getting content. I want it to be a place where like we can really elevate. So it's like, hey, what's the theme for the next 6 months, and let's have accountability together, and let's get it in the next 6 months, you know, really dedicating and just growing all of our lives. So it's not just about consuming content, it's about elevating our lives and becoming better versions of ourselves, mine included, right? How can we find your podcast? Search up In Hindsight on YouTube, or just go in the description of all of my YouTube videos. It should be there. Or go to Heinz. I'll share the link in here. I'm gonna share a couple links in this chat for y'all. Sorry to everybody that might have been in a super workflow right now to the music. We'll get back to it. www.heinz.site. You can go find the podcast. And if you look at the pinned comment on this whole, oops. Ko-fi.com/Heinz for the private community. And again, if you're really into these study work live streams, we're going to be doing these like almost every single day in the private community over there. So, you know, just accountability, just, you know, more places for community to grow, and guided experiences. There's a long guided meditation in there, about 20 minutes. The shorter version is on YouTube. But in the private member community, it's longer. There's also no YouTube ads. There's also no thumbnails all over the place. It's a great place to go focus. And I think, you know, for a while I kept being like, oh, what are things we need to talk about? What are new things to talk about? And I'm like, we all pretty much have heard everything we need to know. And, you know, kind of in life, but like what it is now is being able to direct our energy in the direction that it truly needs to go, and placing our focus and growing these things. So I'm really dedicated on making content like that helps us focus and develop ourselves, and just placing our energy in the right direction, and just, you know, manifesting our dream lives and all of that. So, you know, that's kind of what we're focused on. And of course, we're still going to talk about so many different things and so many different topics, but really just creating content that enhances. And again, I think this community is like the countercultural community to doom scrolling, because I don't think anybody ever feels good after scrolling TikTok for 2 hours. Is there going to be a Heinz app? Yeah. You know what? I wish I could have done the app right now, but there will be a Heinz app. Now there were websites and companies I could have gone and they set up the app. They set up the app for you, but it wasn't really designed in the way I want to be. So right now, the Ko-fi community is like the pathway towards an app. And like the more people that support over there, basically what we will do is be working on the app. And then like, if we can get like a lot of people to supporting, it'll give me the resources to develop an app, you know, from the ground up. But an app will definitely come, because that's even a better experience for user-based experiences, right? Maybe that's like 2 years down the road. Maybe that's like 2 years down the road, but yeah, that's definitely out there. We've all heard everything we need to know. Yeah. Yeah, well, you know what I mean? Like when you go on Instagram and stuff, it's like, when we go on Instagram and stuff, it's like we're hearing reminders, right? That's why like my deck of cards is called the reminder deck, right? It's not called the the brand new ideas deck. It's not called the things you've never heard before deck. It's a reminder deck, right? Because it's simple truths that we often let go of, right? A lot of the times when we're trying to change our life, you know, we think it's about something new. We need to learn something new. A lot of times it's just reminding ourselves of what we already know, because we've let go of these simple truths, right? So I think what, you know, anybody is really doing is just kind of bringing simple truths forward in new ways, right? That's what creativity is. It's like we all know love is the answer, but how many different ways can you tell people that love is the answer? Well, limitless ways, right? You can get creative with that in so many different ways. And that's kind of just what I'm focusing on. Like I have like a main message, and now it's all about, resharing and telling and maturing that message in different ways. IG is so overwhelming and everyone is telling you. Yeah, you know what I don't like about IG is like the guys who be sorry if you're one of these guys. Totally apologies, but the guys who like will have like crazy edit, like they'll go like and then like the camera zooms into the keyboard and then all this typing and then it's like sound effects and all this music is like and then it pulls back and there's a guy on the computer and it's like stop scrolling. I'm like, bro, you literally just sucked me in with all these crazy visual effects and now you tell me to stop scrolling? Like what? You know what I'm saying? Like, and you don't want people to stop scrolling. Like you want people, that's why you made such a crazy edit. You don't want people to stop scrolling. You actually probably want people to go and look at your page, and follow you. That stuff annoys me. Less is more. Yeah, less is definitely more. Y'all want me to pull a card? Okay, I'm gonna pull a card and then I'll get back to work. Shout out to Visora who just joined the community on Ko-fi. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Y'all want me to pull a card, huh? Fine, we'll pull a card. And then the thing about those guys too, they'll tell you like stop scrolling, but then they post like 20 videos a day. I'm like, what are you doing? Like, like you literally make content that sucks people in, or they make videos like how to put out 45 videos a day with AI. I'm like, get out of here, you damn nerds. You guys are so annoying. Okay, let's pull a card. This is a real cool study session. So again, 33 cards to support you in your expansion. It's a great in the mornings. It's also really good for journal prompting. I think this week we're gonna do a live journal prompt. This might be over on Twitch though, where I'll pull a card and then we write about it in our journals, and then I'll actually share what I write live. Ooh, may get deep. I think this is one of my favorite drawings on the card. I don't chase, I receive. I don't chase, I receive. This actually relates to what we were talking about earlier about releasing attachment to our desires. And often when we release that attachment, what happens? Our desires get fulfilled because we take back all that energy where we're yearning and crying and feeling that void that we don't have this thing, and we apply that energy into our present, right? And now we get into action, right? We put our energy in the places that matters, and now we are creating our life and we're enjoying the process. We're not being like, oh my God, I'm not gonna be happy until I have this thing. We're actually like, no, I'm enjoying the journey on the way towards that thing, towards that place. So when I say I don't chase, I receive, it means we're not being attached to the things that we are looking for. You understand? We are right here. We are present. We're not in the past. We're not in the future. We are right here and it's coming. We're going to receive it. We're going to set our foundation, right? Make sure we are ready to receive, because let me tell you, you do not want to receive something that you're not ready for. Imagine getting like, so let's say you're a content creator. I always bring things into that kind of realm because that's what I do, right? Let's say you're a content creator and you get 10 million followers out of nowhere, like off your first video, your very first video. And now you're just like, boom, you're receiving love and all this hate and all this critique, and you're just getting into the game, so you don't have all this belief in your craft yet. That could be a curse, right? You're not gonna have the foundation to receive all that. You're probably really gonna struggle. You don't have the roots, the strong roots. to stand strong in that storm, even if it is a good storm. The back says, let me turn on the music. What you need, God, just source, the universe already has stored for you. No need to chase, just stay rooted in truth, stay rooted in you. Be patient, ask, and you shall receive. Or what I also like to say, be patient, plan, and prepare, right? Prepare yourself to receive. It's just like if someone's going to catch you a football, If you're like this, what's going to happen? It's going to hit you in the head. You understand? You got to prepare. You got to get your stance right? You got to get your focus right. And you got to put your hands up. You got to be ready. You may have to run a little bit to catch that ball. Plan, prepare, receive, right? Release that attachment. We don't chase, we receive. Oh man, sorry. I actually can't hear the levels of the music right now because it's actually not running through my mixer. It's going through the computer. So my apologies. Let me turn this up and let me turn that up. Oh no. Okay, let me see. I can't actually hear the music right now because of my mixer. My apologies. I'm not sure what you missed, but I'm not going to be able to go back into that flow of whatever I just said. So that has passed us by. We'll do another card. I like this card. It's better to be felt and not just seen. It's better to be felt and not just seen, especially in this world, right? In this world where like we all post ourselves, and it's like people have personal brands and we're on social media. People are like, hey, look at me. But it's like, would you rather just be seen or would you rather be truly felt? If you want to be truly accepted and loved, you have to be your true self. You have to be yourself. Like I always say, you might as well be yourself undeniably. So the ones that love you can come closer, and the ones that don't can just go somewhere else. Often people ask, like, man, this community is such like high vibrations. It's such like positive people. Like most other live streams you hop into, there's like trolls, there's like beef, there's like people saying silly things. It doesn't happen over here. Why? Because we just be ourselves undeniably, and the ones that don't resonate and ain't on this frequency, they don't even really come to bother us. And that's the power of being yourself undeniably, no matter what, right? Not seeking the validation in others, because validation is only far when you set it apart from yourself. Validation is only far when you set it apart from yourself. In a world where everybody wants to be seen, it's truly better to be felt. Root yourself today in the true you, the authentic you. Focus on the spirit, not just the surface. I kind of learned that when I was in Los Angeles, and I felt like I was meeting people and nobody was really kind of showing up with their spirit. They would kind of just show up with what's on the surface, right? Like, look at me, look at the clothes I'm wearing. I'd meet people, and within the first breath, they'd want to tell me every accomplishment or who they know. Oh, hey, I worked with Diddy. Oh, hey, I know this person. I'm like, okay, cool. Your resume is stacked. That is beautiful. But who are you, right? At your spirit. Because if you meet someone and they're just like, hey, I am a award-winning producer. I'm like, that's great. That is amazing. That is a testament of your hard work. But you know what? There's also douchebags who are award-winning producers, right? Think of like, what's that guy's name? Like Harvey Weinstein? Clearly a douchebag, right? Like clearly his character and his spirit just doesn't, he's a douchebag. So when people only represent themselves with their resume, it actually doesn't say a lot about themselves. It just says what's on the surface and their hard work. But what about your character? What about your surface? I mean, not your surface. What about your spirit? Like who you truly are without the metrics and all of that, right? Like, are you able to understand people? Are you able to literally listen and understand people who have a difference of opinion from you? Are you able to love? Are you able to forgive? Um, you know, the fruits of the heart. That's two good cards. The reminder deck. Very proud of this deck. Thank you to everybody that has purchased a deck. Thank you. Super appreciative. Um, the box is immaculate. Put a lot of work into this, and they still are available for sale. It was our first product, the first of many. I really want to get into the product realm. A lot of people, when I first blew up, it was intense. We were all inside. It was the pandemic, and there was just like all opportunities and energy at me. And a lot of people were like, "Oh, you need to capitalize. You need to get this. You need to get this product out. You need to get these T-shirts out. You need to do this." And I was just like, I just really want to make things that are of value and quality. And I didn't want to rush things. And I probably could have rushed something and had like a nice little gold rush. But I kind of followed the way of the turtle. You know, turtles just kind of gracefully walk. Turtles have been around for like 250 million years. They basically have outlasted every species, majority of them, right? And look at them, how slow they are. They're just gracefully doing their thing, so that's kind of what we're doing over here. We're going to be around for a long time. One thing about me, we're going to be around for a long time. We ain't going to be somebody that comes on the scene and just disappears. We're going to be here 10 years from now. We're going to be here 20 years from now, but just evolving in new and better ways. I'm in it for the long run, for that timeless flow. Definitely, get yourself a deck, support the channel. The more you, any way you can support the channel by just being by just showing up, but your presence is support. Sharing videos, support. I love seeing when people share the content in their stories. Getting yourself a deck of cards is support for yourself and the channel, and subscribing to the Ko-fi is support as well. I want to try to take the channel in like a more free direction, in the sense of less sponsors and stuff, and just have a better user-based experience. So your support really makes everything happen. I'm gonna boil some more tea. After I boil some more tea, I gotta finish the script, because I told myself I was gonna have like 4 scripts by the end of the night, but realistically it's looking like I'm gonna have like 1 or 2 at most. And that's okay. Like we said, it's not always speed, it's alignment, moving in the direction that matters. Like, I actually started off with 3 different ideas, and I canned those, because the first 3 ideas I came up with, those were ideas that I was like, oh, I think these will do well, but my heart wasn't in it. So I was like, no, screw that. Stop. Don't try to play the algorithm game. Screw that. Do something that you actually feel right now, right? Something that you can just talk from your heart. So I scratched 3 different ideas, and then we found one that was really resonating, and now we're building on top of that. I wish I had some snacks with me. I gotta leave some more snacks at the studio, like some dried fruit and seeds and stuff like that. Some little granola bars. How do you deal with the fear of failure? Well, I always remind myself that, like, if I fear failure, I've already failed if I don't try that thing anyways, right? So regardless, like, if I fear, let's say, making a video, well, if I don't make a video, I already failed. So I always know, like, anytime I fail, I'm going to learn. I'm a quick learner. I've failed so many times in the last few years, so many times. I got a lot of fails in the last few years. It may not look like it, but I mean, I'm a hard critique on myself, but yeah, I've failed a bunch of times in the last few years. And I see failure as a necessary like nutrient for our foundation, for our soil, right? It's literally just like it's a nutrient. That's all I can say. Like it's necessary. You might be hearing my teapot get a little bit loud right now, so my apologies. I'll actually turn up the music for a second. Would you rather connect with your spiritual self through a solitary retreat in the mountains or through a group meditation session in a sacred temple? I think either or. I think my first choice would be a solitary one because I just love my alone time, to be completely honest. But I'm always up for a new experience, and I think something with a group of people would be nice as well. It just depends on the vibe. You know, I really can't choose between the two. How do you get rid of self-deletion thoughts? I haven't really experienced that. You gotta definitely start to meditate on everything worth living. You know, the people in your life that love you. You know, recognize that there's so much within you that you haven't even explored yet. You know, there's gifts, there's ways to be. I know times are tough in society right now. The economy is completely shattered, you know, and a lot of the struggles we face aren't even our fault, but it will get better. You know, it will get better. Sometimes we just need to simplify to be able to thrive. And, you know, I know sometimes we don't have a lot of community in real life, and, you know, we think we're going to be alone forever, but that's not true either. No, that's not true either. Maybe a little bit of solitude for a while. There may have been a little bit of problems and maybe even some abuse, but things do get better. There's a lot of love out there. There's a lot of light to cultivate, understand, and a lot of times the strongest people are the ones who go through it the most, you know, and that's true actually. Some of the dopest people I've met that just have like a different type of character and swag, you hear their life story and you're like, oh, wow, you know, you went through some things, you know. The greatest story you will ever know is the one you live and share, you know, and tell yourself, which is your story. It's a beautiful journey, you know, and do not ever give up on yourself. You know, we here for you. This is the #1 community, #1 chill spot on the internet. You know, this is a safe space just to vibe, to calm the mind, to still the spirit, you know, and apply ourselves in the right direction for the rest of the day, for the rest of the week. We get back into this next session, a little bit more writing. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit that like button. about 10:14 on my side of things right now. 10:14 p.m. Just getting this script kind of wrapped up. It's almost like so scripted. I'm like, it's too scripted. I just want to embody it now, so I could just express it in the right way on camera. How's everyone feeling thus far? It's beautiful. You know, we've had 200 people in here just steady the whole time. You know, just chilling. 200 people in here just focusing, elevating, you know, the number one chill spot on the internet. You know, the countercultural vibe to doom scrolling, you know. They doom scroll, you know, but we flow. You know, we got our tea, we got our incense, we got the hand pans, the slow vibe, you know. This also just settles the mind. It's just getting the mind right for the week, you know. I realize sometimes when I'm doom scrolling, that hour, that 45 minutes of doom scrolling, unintentional doom scrolling, will send me back hours. Not even the time I lost. It's like after that, my brain is just trying to get back to a place where it can actually focus and be. So even if you're not being super productive right now, that doesn't matter. It's the fact that we're just like slowing down, right? Less stimulation. We're so stimulated all the time. You know, our dopamine receptors are always being played with. So, you know, we're actually doing something for ourselves right now, which is amazing. I love it. I love it. Yes. Light an incense up. Thank you, Brandon Staple, for showing up. Have a good day. Have a good night, brother. Appreciate you. Shout out to my brother from day one in the building, Arami G, my brother from day one. Day one, y'all. I'm talking about high school. So big blessings, big fam. close up this stream in a minute. It's been a good 3.5 hours. I think for me, I want to be in bed before midnight so I can still wake up early. I will leave the replay up since it'll be a pretty long replay for anyone that wants it. I know we still have about 200 people in here. Beautiful vibe, so beautiful session. Beautiful session we had tonight. A good 3 hours. See, a lot of people were working on different things. Some people were just falling asleep. I gotta make like a bedtime video, something to fall asleep to for those that struggle to sleep. For me right now, it's 11 o'clock, so I try to be in bed before a new day starts. This is super chill. We'll do more nighttime streams, especially on Ko-fi, on the Ko-fi community. But I enjoyed myself, everybody. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for everyone that went and subscribed to the Ko-fi, the new member-based community. And yeah, I'll tap in tomorrow probably with y'all. Enjoy. Continue to place your focus and your energy in the places that matter. You got this. Let's really thrive these next 6, 9, 12 months. Only got a few months left of the year, and we're gonna finish strong, okay? Give thanks.